Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, welcome to A Paris Invite. It's a production put together by Elisaveta Dacheva, sitting here. I'll pause. Quickly. Just a few, one programme amendment. Due to an unforeseen circumstance, California Samson, who plays the character of Mrs. Regina Joe's headmistress, her part will be read in by Molly O'Donnell, who is playing the part of Regina headmistress, but also her own part, Mrs. Stefano. Please enjoy A Paris Invite.
And what might your first name be?
It is as it was. I haven't changed it yet.
Banter. For me, words have always been heard. Why not? Hi, Doctor. I could, well, use the Doctor instead. I hope that's for me.
Uh-huh. So, what happened?
I had an injury and became teacher.
Well, is this here that bad?
Well, compared to her, it might be her. But that's a different story for me. Plus, the boss is immense. She says her executive establishment can't be beaten. Her and her executive establishment make me first away from the poor one.
Well, you could always qualify.
Well, I'm a slave to prejudice. Plus, I'm looking for something more suitable.
Well, you keep thinking of leaving and I keep wondering how to come back home for good.
Ah, so you're a Londoner.
Born within earshot of the bells of St. Paul's Cathedral.
In that case, you should butter up headmistress. She says white, you say white. She says black, and you say black too. And it won't be a bad idea. Throw them through suggestions for that anniversary as well.
Great. Thanks, Mr. Teachers.
Jonathan, but the students call me the horse. And what might your name be?
Kate. And that's what the students call me too.
Kate Strongman. Right, please.
Bibles.
Oh, Kate Strong. Yes. You by chance having XYZ 7 form?
Yes, headmistress.
Oh, well, it's just as good as that happened. Upon you, I'd like you to get a feeling of them and watch them as a group.
So that I become their form tutor, is that right?
Only if you have no objection.
Nope. No objections by any chance. No.
Oh, well, you're being quite hasty, so I'd like you to meet them first.
Sure. Okay. Thanks, headmistress.
I do prefer to Miss Jones.
Sometimes my classmates are really funny with me.
Maybe they have a good reason to.
They don't.
Are you a good student?
I am, but they're better than me. It's not envy.
And how's your French?
Comme ça.
Translate the text on the blackboard, please.
Dear teacher, we are all going to the cinema to watch a Louis de Funès film.
That's not so, that's excellent.
They're better.
Bonjour, honorable Mademoiselle Professeur. Je vous prie de m'excuser pour mon retard. J'espère qu'il ne sera pas trop tard pour mon éducation.
Good afternoon. Why went to the cinema?
Cinema.
Louis de Funès.
Ah, excellent initiative. I've missed it though, plus the film is far too shallow to be seen more than once.
Sit down, please.
Merci, Mademoiselle.
Next to your classmate, if you don't mind.
And if I mind?
If you did mind, you should have kept quiet. Manners. Your knowledge of French is quite superficial.
People say my knowledge far exceeds the A-level requirements.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but if you already know French, why not study a different language?
He knows Charlotte too.
Thanks. Only a person who doesn't know my mother would assume she would leave her son with one foreign language only.
So languages are your forte.
He's our best mathematician.
Thanks. My classmate is a data manager.
And you are a beloved star student then?
No. I only have AS at maths, my mania, and languages, my mother's mania.
And what is your mom's occupation?
She wants me to achieve everything that she couldn't.
But he will become an engineer.
Thanks.
I thank you, both of you. No sarcasm. Only you two have managed to honour my class, so I guess you can leave now. But please don't tell the headmistress about this, I don't want her finding out. I'm sorry, what's funny?
My mother is a headmistress.
You think she won't tell?
Of course I don't. What will she gain if she tells her mum? Our hatred? Isn't it better to gain our trust instead?
Miss Strong, are you putting it on now really so?
Charming.
Thank you.
I thank you too. You're asking if I'm putting it on if I really am like this. Yes, I am pretending. Not always successfully though.
Hello, Basil.
Oh, hello, Miss Stefano. Have you seen what it says here?
No, I didn't, but I know. It seems to be okay.
Ah, some good.
So what that all concern you?
Me? Is it to do with single mothers? What?
No, it's the anniversary. They're saying great things about us. You wouldn't believe it. Our school, interesting.
Well, we do deserve it.
Well, I would deserve it too, but...
Yes. But the daughter, the newspaper's chief editor, goes to our school. Do you know that? We played down.
Quite right about the editor's little girl, but a single mum of 4 shouldn't be talking like that now, should she?
Uncle Basil, when will you ring the bell to?
5 minutes yet, miss, but I can if need must.
As if needs must, the curriculum barely fulfills as it is.
Oh, I was just checking headmistress. I wouldn't usually, but have you seen what it says here?
It's not about us, is it?
Us. Us. It's the anniversary. Me. The bell. They're saying we're keeping the glorious traditions.
Yeah, no,
Of course you can. It talks about you personally. Keep it.
you will buy another, yes?
Oh, I already have.
Oh. Prisoners, too much. Too much.
If it says it in the newspapers, then we deserve it. Newspapers don't lie, that's what I know. So I was reading The Rag, and inside it was talking about exemplary discipline. Then, in front of my very own eyes, XYZ7 are absconding from lessons. Now, do I believe my eyes, or do I believe the newspaper? Of course I believe the newspaper.
Great. Exactly when did XYZ7 abscond?
Say last period, but it says different in the newspapers. I must have dreamt it. Anyway, must ring the bell.
Bye, have a nice walk.
What book? I have to wait for my...
Mother, you see.
I see nothing. It would have been different if someone had invited her for a walk and she had said no because of her mom. Joy, has Nick ever invited you for a walk, perchance?
No, but I'm busy anyway.
My opinion is a girl is no less interesting than being the headmistress's daughter. I'm sure there are even more beautiful girls whose father are even bigger bosses.
I don't have the taste for HR politics, and I'm not after a teacher's job in London. Therefore, I don't need any connections with high school headmistresses. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Au revoir, Nick. À bientôt.
As far as I'm aware, à bientôt in French means see you soon. Could be said sincerely or back or afterwards. I'll try to say it yours.
Your call. I personally take your acrimony towards me as a mask. A mask hiding the fact that you like me. I prefer it that way rather than take offence.
So I didn't offend you.
How? By liking me? In that case, I'm causing an offence too.
It's nice talking to you. It's like leafing through the brouillé.
If that is a compliment, I am fearful, Nick.
Of what?
Of what lies behind, maybe it's also the opposite.
It isn't. Or at least I don't think so. And what is your opinion on Che Guevara?
Very high, but I don't see a connection.
There is no connection.
So, how was the lesson?
It was okay.
Any absences?
No.
And would you like to become their form tutor?
I will give it my best shot if that's what we want me to do, yeah.
I have 1 or 2 doubts, if I'm honest.
Why?
Well, I would not want the graduates of this establishment to be taught to lie.
It appears somebody has already managed to inform you. Fine. Don't you believe in white lies? Even doctors sometimes use these. I mean, there are hopeless cases where the sufferer shouldn't be told the cruel truth.
And you believe I am such a hopeless case?
We're not discussing your diagnosis here. But there is one thing I am convinced of. There are no white snitches. And there are no white listening to snitches. That's why students hate telltales.
Are you always so straightforward?
I believe it's the best way.
Yeah. I'm really starting to like you.
I hope so. It's especially important for me.
Why are you buttering me up then?
I am, but discreetly.
You know, you're either going to make a rather excellent teacher,
Or a very poor one.
good night.
Good night.
Hi, Sophia. Just to follow your name, let me copy your homework.
Avec plaisir, Greg, but we don't have any homework. As you know, we went here last time, right?
Although, not all of us went to the cinema, so maybe they attended the French lesson.
History teaches us that we cannot do without traitors.
Check my piano. I was marked as absent too.
Aren't you tired of picking on Joy? If you want to know, I sat in that class.
Oh, playing the knight in shining armour.
Yep, was there, parole de l'honneur.
And why did you attend the French lesson?
Because I like Mademoiselle Strong far better than Louise de Finesse, a matter of personal preference.
Oh, beautiful then, and I haven't even met her yet. Shall I get to master that language at last? Just sit down and study one all morning?
Stop bickering!
Hey, my visitor!
No.
Alright!
What are you doing?
Hey!
I do apologise! Am I interrupting something?
No.
Sit down. I'll take attendance now. Is there anyone off?
No.
Who's the head student?
I am.
Are you also of the opinion that there are absent students?
Yes, miss.
Huh. So how comes when I look at this register, there are so many names when I look up? Absent chairs. Where are the others?
They're over there, on the basketball court. Note the second length of the Italian institution, so they've been excused from lesson in order to train.
Here or in Rome?
Here?
So now the basketball students don't attend lessons, is that right?
Oh, just the minor subject.
Could you do me a favour, please?
Certainly, miss.
Could you go outside and tell them that if not in the next 3 minutes, no one will be able to excuse their absences?
Okay. You guys!
Use the door, please!
Shall I call Pippa too?
Everyone.
Only Pippa plays for the national
No, we can't do it with me.
one squad of this. Okay then. Oh!
Now, students, I would like to thank you for your kind words addressed to me the last time. The ones written on the blackboard, you wrote that? You guys must be taking me for a probation officer. Please, if you feel like juvenile delinquents, express this elsewhere, not in my class. Now, I was only asking so that we could correct it together. Show a little trust and try again. I won't look. Is it ready yet?
Really?
A moment, please.
Should we aim for more errors or less?
As many as you can achieve.
Miss Strong, you may turn around. The basketball girls are here too.
You must be as well elementary sport. Yes, basketball in particular. Sit down. Would anyone like to read this?
Greg.
Will you try?
Cher professeur, Myles excusez.
Great job, Greg.
Why classmates laughing?
They are jealous of my pronunciation.
Will you try? Nick?
Dear teacher, apologies for our absence. Dear students, I hope to speak for the last time.
He's great, isn't he? I'm teaching him.
Tell me about the film. What did you like the most?
I personally like the ballerinas the most.
Yes.
I'd like to see that film.
Crack on in what language?
I'll try in French.
Okay.
Le film que nous avons vu s'appelle L'homme orchestre.
L'orchestre, oui.
C'est une bonne comédie vue dans laquelle le rôle principal est joué par le grand comédien Louis de Funès.
Louis de Funès, oui.
Students.
You've already met Miss Kate Strong. And I hope you have a high opinion of her, because you're going to be glad that she is now your form tutor.
Oh, come on!
I would like to point out that Miss Strong is young and strong. And you will not be making her ill like you did with Miss Thomas. I would like to point out that it is your last year in college. Any questions?
Yes, what about basketball players being excused from lessons in order to train?
Why do you ask her?
Because Miss Strong summoned us from court, and she told us we will be disciplined as truants if we didn't show up. Is that right?
Well, if your form tutor thinks so, then yes, that is right. Is there anything you would like to say, Miss Strong?
No.
Well then, carry on. Goodbye.
Bye.
I have a feeling my subject is of no great interest to you, am I right?
Yes.
That's not true.
Oh, that's a shame.
Why?
Well, I shouldn't have signed up for this form tutoring thing, shouldn't I?
Well, you did it yourself. We thought you were signed up.
Did it myself. As a maternity cover, I don't have to look after you guys. Could have let Mrs. Jones finish you off.
Finish us off in what sense?
In the normal sense, what did you think?
Oh, exactly that.
Anything else in front of her daughter?
Right, that's enough, that's enough! If any of you feel that Joy needs to say something to your face, you say it to her face, end of discussion. Now, let us go back to my interesting subject, shall we? I will give you a homework that no one can say is boring, and if someone shows up without it, I'll mark them as absent.
This is not in the rules.
It is in my rules. Make a note, please. For our next lesson, I would like you to write a letter to your favourite Louis de Funès.
Can I write to Jack Nicholson?
Yes, you can, but it has to be in French.
What about to Geraldine Chaplin?
Try in French and we'll mark it together.
Does she know any English?
I don't know.
Well, fancy she replies. I'll invite her to prom straight away.
Excuse me. Whether you like it or not, I am the form tutor now. Sit down. If any of you feel you have any issues you might want to address, please feel free to speak to me, your form tutor. Otherwise, you can call me. Here's my number. Also, could someone make sure that this chair gets sorted out? Because you all saw what it did to me. Goodbye.
Bye.
Did she clock that this thing was a trick?
Oh, no, she's not an athlete. Of course she clocked.
She's putting up a front. She has some ulterior motive.
Or maybe she's just a good person.
There are no good teachers. It's a law if they are making you study. Mark me as absent if I ain't got my own right. I'm either going to be properly absent or...
Or what?
Oh, there's a mist around here.
And Greg, what might this miss be?
I'm not quite sure. It might be French.
Anna turned out to be quite a serious opponent.
Scored a load of goals during the first half.
We'll pay her back. We hold the bread, we'll hold the knife. It's up to us track. Au revoir, London. Or bonjour, Provence Profonde. Seriously?
Excellent for nothing.
Well, I don't think it's right to see her as an opponent only.
My mist is also clearing in that direction. Nicky, perhaps you have a little textbook in Great.
Yes, I do indeed.
Can I beg it from you? For the occasion. Oh, it's my birthday in August. I never learned French these days.
Yes, baby.
Converse with Mademoiselle calm. I will speak of you constantly.
Looks like she's left quite a lasting impression on you too, Greg.
Quite rightly so, despite her stance as a parole officer. I'm afraid of Nick.
Hey, demon, show your true colours.
Girls, our knights are dueling over the Mademoiselle.
Not a girl, Nanette.
Calm down and quiet down. Won't be examining anyone today.
Yes!
We'll be having a slide test instead.
Oh.
I probably won't be marking it. Okay. I would like to get a feel of how much you know in reality. So just this once, I'm asking you not to cheat. Please, okay, just this one.
And I'm asking you, Miss Stefano, no personal insult.
The first question, Greg. A man is rowing in a boat against the current. Yes. When passing by a tree, his hat falls off into the lake. 30 minutes later, he realizes he's lost his hat. He turns the boat around and continues rowing with the same speed. If he meets up with the hat at point A, number of kilometers from the tree, what is the speed of the current? Anyone?
So it's you, I know it's you.
Sophia, Sophia.
Ah, Joy. What are you doing out of the class? Did you finish your test?
No.
Why did you leave?
Tests are not the most important thing. So no one tries for the very other one.
So the dress is the most important thing?
No. What book are you reading?
It's about Shea Guevara.
Did I read it when I finished it?
It's in German.
Oh, what a pity.
Don't cry over it, even if it were in English, you wouldn't understand.
Well, they shut up and a windbag.
When I don't like someone, I don't force my company on them.
Go ahead. You don't get a paper, do you?
Stefano, how much students are maths? Oh.
Today's test was a disaster as well. There's a nick in there and they don't copy his answers. If they listen to you, please talk to them. Ask them to get their act together with this damned math.
Damned in inverted commas, is it?
No, I love it to bits, but I can't take care of my children because of it.
Children, how many do you have?
Don't you know? 2 boys and the twins.
Oh, what about the twins?
Boys too. The third was meant to be a girl, but
Lucky you anyway. When will you introduce me?
no, whatever you want. It's actually good that you reminded me. Hello. Hi, Cyril. That's the middle one. Hello. Hello. Have you done all your homework? Yes. Okay. All right. Your brother's gone out already? Well, when is his training? Okay. All right. Have Matt and Damien had their milk? Okay. All right. All right. Well I'll be straight home. Okay? All right. Okay, all right. I love you. I love What a little vagabond.
Good afternoon.
So,
Hi.
are you reading a private photo?
No, actually, I'm marking papers.
In that case, a little advice. Don't do it here. The headmistress is always lurking around here. She'll see you.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to waste it doing stupid things during my free times?
Why stupid things? You could pop out, have a cup of coffee, my treat.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Well, no, thank you.
The latter, I'm not much of a coffee drinker.
In that case, let's go out for dinner. You haven't been to that proper French restaurant around the corner, have you? Where's that pick up tonight?
No way.
Okay, what about tomorrow night?
Same place.
You're looking at my tracksuit and thinking, what is this dicko doing hitting me? This dicko, Mademoiselle, has a wardrobe worthy of a Italian diplomat, and his job will soon be aligned with his wardrobe. Anyways, why am I bothering? We'll be working into the cows' comfort.
I certainly hope so. I dream of becoming a teacher.
Oh, all these blunders, you surely will not make it.
What wonders?
Where should I start? The basketball team? Win or lose, I don't care, but the boss is mad about it. Secondly, who is this Louis Ditchburn-Sophie?
Why?
No one's even heard of the guy. Why couldn't you pick a famous Hollywood star?
In case you haven't noticed, I teach French.
Okay. Last time. You want to go out tonight?
No. I've messed up so many times as you did me the honour of saying I can't afford to do it again. Excuse me.
Mr. Teachers, how's the basketball training going?
Well, we should be so lucky.
Why? What's love got to do with it? It's basketball, not lottery.
Well, if it was so important, my best players would not have got summoned at the height of their training. And for what? To write this letter to his Minister Louis Ditchburn-Sophie. It's called childishness.
You are wrong, Mr. Teachers. And I am not convinced. There was no need to do training during periods.
Oh, and we definitely should be writing letters to French stars.
If it helps the study process, I can't see why not.
You know, I don't think the Board of Education would agree with that, if they were to find out.
I better ring them before. Hello? Yes, will you put me through to the Ministry of Education's PA, please? Okay, so, we're all agreed. We'll all chip in by taking skirt.
No.
Please don't try to be original, Rick.
I am serious. We don't have the right to insult her with some clobber.
Why not? The Romans used to say, destruum et edificabo. I destroy and I shall build.
You break it, you buy it. And then you will sleep peacefully at night with clear conscience. But Greg, who has smeared the glue on the chairs, he will be restless, because he cares about the soles, not the skirts. I'm not bothering with you, studying my French.
See? Even Greg agrees.
Okay, look, girls, they might be right. Go find Kate a real present, and get the right occasion too.
But what real present?
Fleurs, par exemplaire. Beaucoup du fleurs. Flowers, for those of you who didn't understand. 10 bouquets to start with.
White tan,
Could be 20.
or a basketball sign to the most fanatical sports fan.
Elementary.
Like yourself.
Just had flowers, I find it here. We must do something right away. I
Otherwise,
Why? What's happened?
someone has snitched on Kate about the French letters. I've overheard my mom talking to a ministry.
Who else but your mum would snitch on her?
I don't think she's that stupid. But even if it were my mom, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is how to defend Kate.
Well, has she done anything wrong to merit us defending
She
her?
gave us an interesting homework. Yes, but what has the story about that from a ministry?
Ask your mum!
What do you want from me? So bad.
Good, bad, we need to figure out what to do.
He's right. What if Mrs. Jones really blew the whistle on Kate? So the whole story doesn't reflect bad on school?
Oh, had a story blew a whistle. Why should I care?
Or why should I? I mean, I can't stop thinking about our sparkling white school reflected in a dirty puddle.
Doesn't it reflect badly on the cinema? Thousands of people watch Louis de Funès.
Enough! Please, can we just decide what we're doing?
Let's go to the ministry.
Bollocks.
We can't all be as clever as you.
We'll let the clever one stay.
Shut up!
Eureka, I have an idea.
And
No,
what
I
is it?
really do.
And what is it, if you don't mind sharing with
Oh, I
us?
don't mind sharing. Here,
What? Oh my god, that is going to be funny as hell.
Hey, hey,
Hey, Pippa, how did you come up with an idea like that?
don't tell a single soul.
No one but us should know.
And my sister.
Why your sister?
Je me baladais sur l'avenue.
Ah, Miss John, can I borrow you for a minute, please?
Yes, sir.
I don't call you so.
Oh, sorry. I felt like it. I apologise if you don't mind.
No, it's just, that's what my mom used to call me.
Oh, why used to? Doesn't she do it any longer?
Better not ask. I came here to tell you something else. We overheard that the Ministry of Education has got our letters to Louis de Funès.
And what did the ministry say?
Well, we don't know, but if you ask us...
Right, listen to me. Tell everybody no comment. I gave you the homework, you did it, end of story. Okay?
Okay, I'll deliver the message.
Go on. That's it.
And again,
Go in.
and again,
Once
go.
more.
Yes, 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 yes.
What's the score?
Oh, 8 points. What's the score? There's one room here. Oh, she's running. Stop.
How many fouls? Pippa.
Anyone? How come we know so much on basketball?
I was young too, you know.
Oh, yes.
What happened? They stopped the game. Happened to the floor. She looks in a lot of pain.
Right, let's go check on her.
I can't look. It makes me feel sick.
No.
No! They're carrying on without her! They'll be waiting for us now!
Keep it here careful, you have to see it.
It's fine, I just can't wait on it.
Right, where's the nurse?
She's not in. She only does mornings.
Okay, and what happened? What happened to us missing? What happened?
I just snatched the ball and stepped outside the court. I never noticed there was a pothole there.
The Italians must have dug it up.
Yeah.
Second half starting. And Miss Giuseppe for Pippa. How's she gonna play?
She walked.
No? Well, then you go and break the great news to your mum. I don't care.
Quite a man.
I'm not saying I'm a man. It's
to excel in everything.
Even at the cost of a crippled young girl?
I wasn't really that.
As bad as to stop her from playing.
It's not you then, Miss Strong. Who was that?
Because of her? Well, she didn't sprain my ankle. Fine if you insist so much.
Okay, Greg?
Je suis à votre
Yeah, whatever.
disposition.
Right, just run outside and put the time out and change. Pippa, give me your vest. Give me your vest.
Is that her? Yeah.
Kate's back.
Drag me down.
She's gone in.
Sorry, Pippa. She's really playing.
Shoot.
Oh my God. Look at that costume. We can go away from this way.
Miss all the fun, huh?
And what is that new
Hey!
a live dinosaur?
No, governmental remote. I'm joking. The Frenchwoman, she's playing basketball.
Okay, Strong.
Yes.
That's actually kind of interesting.
Yes. Come on, come on.
I'm coming. Talk away. Get changed and then come meet me in the office, okay?
I can come like this.
Trudy, congratulations for a great game. And I don't know what to do with you now.
I don't quite understand.
Do you know what Caesar said about... Do you know what Brutus said about Caesar?
No, they were Romans, not French.
Well, he said the following. Caesar loved me, and I mourned him. He was lucky, and I was glad. He was brave, and I respected him. But he craved power, and so I killed him.
Am I your Caesar?
I wonder what to do with you. You've tamed my most unruly class, and I thank you. You won me the basketball game, and I thank you again. But why did you jump out that window?
It was faster. And it wasn't so high.
Last year, I expelled 3 students for doing just that. And now I'm meant to overlook it. Where do my principles evaporate? Where did all this noise come about the Louis de Funès letter? Where did you come up with that anyway?
I didn't have to make him up. He exists.
It doesn't really matter. It's up to the ministry. And if it's in the school's interest, I will sacrifice you. Self-interest I'm willing to forego, but there's only so much. This has to be done. Do not be cross with me.
Why would I be cross? I'm even grateful for your honesty. But there's something that I'd like to ask you.
Honestly?
When I first started here, you said that if I did well, you would give me a permanent contract. And now that all hope is lost, I remember something that you said.
What should I say?
That I would never be a mediocre teacher. Either an excellent one, or a very poor one. And that's why I want to ask you. Am I a poor teacher?
Hey, mistress. Post. Quite lucky the Mademoiselle's here to read it.
Oh, thank you.
It's all right.
Thanks. Madame Delectrice Jones. Oh yes, it is good.
one of your cock-and-bull letters? I don't know, it's possible if someone had posted their homework or... It's in French.
Dear Madame, it is with great pleasure that I read the letters from your students, and I feel humbled by the fact that in a foreign country, in a probably excellent school, my name has been mentioned. Ever since I was a little child, I have felt nothing but admiration for the school, institution, and teachers. What I read in those letters about your country fills me with respect for the pedagogues in your fatherland. Please give my heartfelt regards and wishes for success to your students and Mademoiselle Strong, and to you personally, I deeply bow. I would like to use the occasion to send you an invite. Should you have never visited Paris or would like to visit it again, it would be an honor for me to receive you as my personal guest at your convenience. Yours sincerely, Louis Duchesneau.
Well done, you are a secret artist.
And you are an evident fool.
Was this the important thing you wanted to show me? Please come after school. I've got something really important to show you.
I apologise. That was rude of me. You're not a fool, although you are slightly silly.
What exactly is the difference?
The strength and range of manifestation. You, it's more like emotional short-sightedness.
Say again?
You're playing blind. That's what I'm saying. The girl is clearly going nuts and you pay no attention whatsoever. At least before you used to tease her, and I would understand if she was some horrible bore, but she isn't, on the contrary.
It's a matter of personal preference, my dear head girl. Actually, referring to the headmistress' sport.
And off he goes, being mean again. Is it her fault her mother is the headmistress?
Is it my fault the stool pigeon supposedly likes me?
Not supposedly, but really. And she has never grasped anything.
Really? I mean, I forgive a thief, but never a snitch.
Of course I'm sure.
And what if I like another girl?
It's not fair.
And what if this girl is you?
Still not fair.
Why?
Because you're just saying that, aren't you? I shouldn't.
Shouldn't what?
Everybody knows about her.
Everybody knows what?
She on you, and I never gave up anything.
What secrets do you have for giving up?
None. I'm perfectly content. Just feel free. No. I love you. I would like you to kiss me. Down on my side. No.
What?
I'd like you to stay. Go!
I would like. Damn if I knew what I wanted.
So, what are you doing here? Where did it disappear?
I don't know.
Spring. Time to fall in love. Have you been well made up yet?
We never fell out. How did you know?
I just know. And you should learn a few things. Instead of being jealous, you better be glad that she is loved, or at least loving someone.
I'm not... Okay, only the beginning. It's just the two of us, we lived together for so long and then suddenly... Plus, I do think it's a little ridiculous when you're 40 years old.
Laugh then if you find it funny. Never hurts. Do you, by chance, know what happened with the Louis Funès letters?
No. But even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Better be a thief than a snitch.
Don't tell
best friend.
And why doesn't she just give it to you?
You don't give such things. You can't even really loan them. They have to be stolen. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Software period.
History. Oh, history teacher.
And that is why Greg never rushes into any studying.
Kids, I've been meaning to ask you something. What happened with your correspondence with Louis Duchesneau?
In what sense?
Well, did you post the letters? Only you were considering to post them.
Well, I'm expecting an answer from Geraldine Chaplin. I forgot to enclose a photo though, I don't think she'll bother.
Well, why don't you write yourself a response? And then ask someone from Paris to post it so you can receive it.
Someone has betrayed us.
No one has betrayed you, just the letter arrived.
Did Mrs. Jones suss us out?
Nope. But when she does, I don't envy you.
And you, Miss Strong? How did you find out we were Louis de Finesse?
Was it hard to find? And Mrs. Jones will find out too, and the sooner the better.
She hasn't started packing her bags yet, has she?
It looks like you move away. Should I go out?
No, Joy. I'll go out. I can tell you why they were laughing.
Right now, for the last time, is the history teacher in or not?
Oh, she's not dead. Didn't you get it? Yes, the Romain started.
Oh, out of the frying pan into the fire. At least tell me what period we're studying about.
Sit down, please. Who is the best history student? Sophia. Come to blackboard.
Which one?
Sophia or Sophie?
Where's better?
Shall they wrestle now?
You're very funny, Greg. I really do appreciate it. Okay. Hopefully, you'll all still be this merry after the exams.
Well, I hope so. We do all have the same motivation this time.
Our motivation should always be the same, students. You would suspect that it's we teachers who enjoy giving out good marks, but it's exactly the opposite. Teachers worry more than you. It's about time you learned that.
Oh, when I become a teacher, I'll just, instead of worrying, I'll just give out A's and A stars only.
Alright, well when you become a teacher, we'll talk about it, Greg. Quiet now. I will leave you for a while, and I want you to carry on revising. If there are any issues, talk to either Sophie or Sophia. I will start in alphabetical order, so Greg will be at the front of the queue.
I've changed my name to Zorro, though.
Je me baladais sur la rue.
Honorable Monsieur Dino, le grand artiste, yes. Le grand artiste. Oh, headstrong. Just working over on your subject.
What do you need me for?
I'm struggling here, and nothing seems to be coming out. Will you have a look at what I've done so far?
Yeah. Is this your reply?
Yes, to that letter. I've actually got a really nice envelope as well.
My pleasure, Mrs. Jones, but I, I don't dare carry on.
Oh, don't get yourself worried now. I know I've said a lot about the Louis de Finesse, but I've consulted all forces that be, the ministry, Ofsted. No one objects. It's quite the
Thank you,
opposite.
Mrs. Jones, but I am...
Is this about your contract? Because it is in the pipeline.
I feel I have to share with you something very unpleasant.
What's wrong? Why did you stop?
The letter you received wasn't from any Louis de Finesse.
What could you possibly mean?
was from XYZ74.
What about the stamps? It was from Paris.
Someone had posted it in Paris.
So they've made a mockery of me. This is outrageous. How dare they?
It was a tasteless joke.
A joke! This is an insult not only to me but to my establishment. I announced that letter in front of the whole conference.
You should have rushed telling.
I shouldn't have rushed other things, Miss Strong, being so liberal. No, that's it. I'm changing course. No mercy. No mercy for the perpetrators at all. Great. Sit down, please. I would like you to tell me who the author of this letter is. Oh, do not insult me. At least one present, if not all of you, know why I'm asking.
Well, I'm expecting an answer from Geraldine Chaplin.
I have no intention to suffer these insults. They do not have any right either, as they are not at me, but also to the standing of this establishment! I expect to know the name of the letter author by the end of break.
And what if there's more than one author?
Imagine the whole class is an author.
I cannot imagine it, and I will not imagine it. I cannot expel the whole class. Let's see how you will apply to do me now. I will be in the teacher's room, and I expect that letter. Now what?
Well, it was my idea. Let's just
Leave it to me, I'll see how I've written it.
Oh, nonsense. We all wrote it together.
Yes, but the victim does not accept the collective guilt. She wants a separate individual.
She'll take two. I propose Sophie and me. We're the best students. You never know. We might get away with it.
You won't get away with it. Better say it was Nick and I, out of misunderstood courtesy to our young teacher.
Courtesy is fair enough, but they're gonna kick you out of the finishing line.
The army will take us on the A-levels, and if we make it out alive, we'll have a little think. What do you say, Greg?
Yup, agreed.
No, I disagree. We can't make risks.
Speaking of being kicked out, there's no guarantee for us either.
Are you backing off?
No, but your mum won't take Pip and mine.
Just leave it to me then. I'll do it by myself.
Why you?
Guys, let's stop. It was my idea. Look, let's just say it was me. Basketball team will stand beside me.
You really think they'll stand beside you after that? And especially with that ankle, there's no way.
I wouldn't say I brought it by foot. Stop, the bell will ring soon. If you don't think it should be me, we should think of the smartest option.
The smartest option will be to say that I did it.
You? You weren't even there. We almost kicked you out.
Silly matter. You're not discussing your behavior towards me. My mum will most likely kick me out, but with the right to go to another school. At least, I will stop in the way.
I mean, we fully deserve it.
Why do we not give her 3 perpetrators? Sophia, Sophie, and Joy. The benefit will be twofold, and the guilt will be spread between 3 perpetrators. You know, family members and star students are regarded differently, so...
Sensible. I vote yes.
Anyone against?
Pass me that piece of paper. Sophia, Sophie, and Joy. Greg, can you please deliver this to your favourite headmistress? Come in.
Excuse me?
What is it, Greg? What's this? You know what I'm expecting?
Says it's all there.
Would you please read it to me? I don't know my glasses.
Sophia, Sophie, and Joy.
Is this one of your horrible jokes? Because, Greg, I swear to God, I will end you in... Oh, my God.
It's the truth itself, Miss Jones. If I lie, punish me instead of the guilty ones.
Excuse me, what exactly is going on?
The names on that note will be expelled.
All of them?
Yes.
But one of them is yours.
Accidentally, my daughter. Yes.
Right, look what I found. Who's the little teacher's pet, eh?
I was
Stefano.
Thank you. I do hope that one day even the dreaded maths will serve a purpose in all of your lives. It will, I am more than sure. Maths calms our thinking. It teaches us accuracy. It is the synonym of imagination. It is a game of chess and a marvelous labyrinth of space infinity. Maths also teaches us perspective, making us more principled and honest. Thank you.
So, Mr. Connor, have you got all exams sorted?
Oh, well, the mock exams did give me... Sorry, Mr. Panchev. Your mock exams were encouraging, but, yes, basically yes. Bet you could kiss me. Oh, I really wish I could. Sorry.
And Greg, with his B, doesn't he deserve a kiss?
All of them, yes, I'm sure.
Greg, you better have a bottle of Valerian when you get home.
Valerian? Or why not champagne, Greg?
Because when your parents see that bean, they'll faint. Oh, Miss Strong, do come in. Do you have anything good to say?
No, I'll just sit down there and let you study.
Shall we tell everyone due to the good results? Yeah. The latest mock exams were excellent for us all.
Oh, well then, congratulations. I hope your real exams go well too.
This is your success too, Miss Strong. It was after our conversation that this improvement began.
But I haven't said anything. Greg, have I ever mentioned anything about maths?
No, I don't think so.
What could explain this then?
I can explain. Once we lost a game because of me. I did not score 3 falls in the last few seconds of match, and afterwards I was so embarrassed that I wanted to open up and swallow me. Terrible thing to get your friend into the mess.
No.
Pippa's right. That's why I started practicing my maths. So I didn't get Miss Strong and the team into a mess.
Goodbye, students.
Bye.
Mrs. Strong, can I ask you something?
What can I do for you, Nick?
Miss Strong, do you really think Mrs. Jones will expel them?
Before a few days of exams.
I don't know. That's what she said.
Would you have done it if you were in her shoes?
I wouldn't have done it. But then again, I could have never been in her shoes.
Well,
Maybe that's why.
I think people like you should be school headmasters. They wouldn't allow such things to happen.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have reacted in such a way and made so many mistakes.
You guys are painting too perfect of a portrait of me. The only difference between Mrs. Jones and I is that I lack her strength and organisational talent.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I don't believe it. How can you be so bitter about a joke, no matter how distasteful it is?
Distasteful? Why distasteful? We're only
Well, the only problem is that Mrs. Jones not only took the letter for real, but vaunted it in front of the whole conference.
Well, she shouldn't have boasted.
Life go hand in hand. When you're too late to prepare your homework, you have to lie and say you've got your notebook at home. It's the same thing.
Mom will stop anything for the school to excel.
For example?
Like Pippa being excused from lessons to train whenever she wants, and then being examined at her own convenience, for example.
Hey, athletes weren't the only one. What about the school choir?
And the participants in the maths competition. I didn't go to school for a whole week.
And the different crafts courses. Thanks to a recommendation by Mrs. Jones, we created 10 such courses. 4 exist, the rest are on paper only so that we may excel.
Wait. Are these legal proceedings against Mrs. Jones? Because I want no part in this.
Miss Strong, we are not making you or asking you to speak.
Still, I would like to speak. You guys are so indignant that we plump up our school reports so that we're ahead of others. But other schools plump up their reports too. If our data is accurate, we won't be an even kill.
And you think all this lying is justified?
No, but I understand why she has to do it.
But we don't understand. And even if we did, we couldn't. We don't understand not her nor you.
You're not like Mom, you're like us, aren't you?
I would like to be like you, Joy. And I'll try to be like you. One thing I can promise, though, is that if I ever make the same mistakes, it won't be on purpose.
No, that's not good enough. Mom too, not on purpose.
Miss Strong, look, maybe we're asking too much of you, but we need that, and you kind of have to be like that for us.
There's something, Miss Strong.
What can I say? It's difficult, this profession of mine.
Difficult profession.
What are you
Great
trying-
excuse.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing, just thinking out loud.
Can we all hear, if you don't mind?
Of course you can. I was just thinking that you're going to get out of this, and I'm going to be the only one left with hell to pay.
You're being silly now.
Why would you be the only one?
Because I'm not head girl.
You really are being silly now.
Yeah, I'm the silly one. Because the clever ones have headmistress mothers, or they themselves are on the national squad. The clever ones are going to go to uni and read whatever they want while I study like crazy, and I'm not even going to get my A-levels.
You'll get your A-levels. Stop making
Sophie,
noise.
stop exercising, otherwise we'll be
Just leave me alone, please.
Basketball girl. You're quiet today.
Oh, it's all a bit of a my hero.
And isn't the thought that our beloved headmistress will really kick them out also tormenting you a bit?
You mean instead of real guilty party? Is that what interests you?
Something else that interests me. Why are you always pretending you're something you're not? You're in these proper cybernetics, but you're putting on a dumb act.
Everyone has a role to play, Greg, and I mean, I'll tell you what. Some play dumber, some smarter, but who plays smarter are easy to recognize.
You're easily recognisable too. You lack that empty look in your eyes for your dummy role.
I'll work on it. Any better?
Pippa, I'm serious. What if they really kick her out? How can you be so calm?
I'm relying on a really big person.
Are they trustworthy?
Yes. Her name is Kate Strong.
She's also a victim.
It doesn't matter. People like her always win. They might sacrifice a lot, but in the end, they always win. Plus, I'm relying on another thing. On the fact that I can always admit I've done it. I was the one who started it, wasn't I?
Sophie? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I'll do a bit of cramming. I suddenly decided to do my A-levels.
Whereas I won't be able to get mine.
Oh, come on, it'll be quite a circus if Greg gets his and you two not.
It might be a circus for you, but it's an opera for me.
Wait, why are you crying?
It's what you do at an opera. You cry.
A sense of humour. Such a difficult time, no less. I expected that from the others, but not from you.
Why? Am I not like the others?
I'll tell you, but promise you'll stop crying. Yeah?
Go on then.
Oh, you're asking me if you're like the others. You're not. When you joined the game with the letters, you started resembling us, but now you're different again.
What if I really get kicked out?
You win. You immediately become one of us. Like Stripe, this expel business. Mind out you don't miss it though.
There's no chance. Joy's run off and lives with Sophia now.
So what? There's another way. Imagine Kate Strong admits to it.
Haven't been forgetting about London, and I couldn't allow that, and neither would the others.
Don't you want to get away with it?
Of course I do! Not at such a price.
Sophie, what figure are you cutting?
What figure?
Fine one, huge, a whole monument. if you go for an election, my vote is definitely yours.
You're joking?
No,
I'll show you, I'll show all of you.
No, so...
Come in.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay. Why solo? I thought you were a trio.
No, it's a solo. I came to warn you that if Miss Strong tries to take the blame for that silly thing for that letter, don't believe her. But she'd be doing it because of us, so that we don't have to start our lives with psychological traumas. But in my opinion, there's no worse trauma than knowing that someone else is going to suffer for something you've done. Which is why I've decided to admit to everything. The whole truth, as they say in the courts.
And are you thinking of reading law?
Yes, but not this time, next autumn.
I see. And what are you doing now?
I intend to suffer my punishment alone, as I committed the deed.
Okay, great. Will you translate all of this into English for me, please?
I wrote the letter on my own, and it wouldn't be fair if anyone suffered the punishment with me. Kate Strong had nothing to do with it, and Sophia and Joy only said they'd help me out of friendship, but I can't allow that. They're my friends, but I'm their friend too. And something else. Veritas, Magis, Amicite. Should I translate that for you as well?
Allow us historians to know a little Latin, please. Truth above friendship. Correct. You, however, have put the wrong meaning to friendship. Come in.
Good afternoon. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine. Come in, we're finished.
Yes.
Goodbye,
I
Sophie.
was just leaving. Goodbye.
I'll only be a minute.
You only want to tell me that you wrote the letter yourself.
How do you know?
I know everything. I also know that you're going to say that Sophie and Joy helped you out of friendship. Is that correct?
Yes.
Anything else?
No.
All right then. Can I ask you a question? As head girl, why would you play such a horrible joke?
My referring to the letter, right?
I certainly hope there's nothing else.
I only know about the letter. Did you not know you did it for Miss Strong to save her from stupid backlash? She turned our whole class around as if with the magic punch you made us all work hard, and instead of praising her, you persecuted
You
her.
did not persecute her.
You didn't stand up for her either. And her defenders, you choose to expel. Why? Because we prefer being taught by pedagogues like her and not the horse.
Of course.
Sorry, like Mr. Teachers. Didn't you know that's what we call him?
No. Joy never tells me anything.
Of course she does. She always tells you things, but you just don't listen. I had to dissuade her to run away, but you know what? If I was her, I would have run away too. You were pressurising her to tell you
wanted her to tell me the truth.
Why? Why would you need to know the truth? To expose a murder or a theft?
No, for the principle, not to lie. Do you lie to your mother?
No. Never. She has never given me the opportunity to lie. It's always been easy to be honest with her. I've only ever lied here, in school.
Why?
That's what I'm asking myself. Like when I walk past the old parade entrance in the morning and enter the school through that little door by the rubbish bins. Why are we pretending that we have a nice entrance when we can only use it at big celebrations or anniversaries? And here's another thing I ask myself. Why would we say that the anniversary decorations were made by students when they were clearly made by my mum and some other stupid artist? We learned about the exhibits for the high school competition too, didn't we? Parents made those as well, didn't they? Only we got the praises and awards. Hands of gold we had. Proper craftsmen we were. They'd have pronounced us accomplished surgeons soon, miss, and before you know it, we'd on the scrubs. You, Mrs. Jones, you lie down on this table and let us operate on you. Will you? Please, lie on the table.
Anything else?
Yes. The letter. I'll tell you about this too. It was Pippa's idea. We all wrote it. Only Joy wasn't there. Joy never knew. The French translation was made by Nick and me, and the letter was posted in Paris by Pippa's sister. She's an air hostess. Admit that my disclosure has confused you.
Please do. Go and do some homework.
Mrs. Jones, I would like to tell you something.
I'm listening.
Paris letter wasn't written by Sophia Joy.
But
Yes, I have proof too.
what proof?
No one in XYZ7 knows French so well. The whole school even. There's only 2 people capable of writing such a letter.
And who is the other one?
I'm strong.
She's not a kid to risk her permanent contract in such a way.
Exactly. I am the only one left. That's what I want to convince you of. Thank you.
But hold on a moment. Why are you doing this?
I act according to my creed and live according to my beliefs.
Right. But why should you sacrifice yourself?
Each of us does not mean anything on our own.
And are these your own words?
And if I am close to them, they are mine too. Che Guevara said them first.
Yes, his excesses have always led children astray.
I want about his appeal to be able to feed every injustice. Is that excessive too?
Oh no, I'm all for justice.
Obviously, we put the same meanings into the same term. By the way, the views of the masters and the views of the ones they rule upon never coincide. This now is a quote by me. Goodbye.
I hate this day.
Come in.
Good afternoon, Mom.
Come in. Let me see you.
You haven't gained any weight.
Take a seat.
Mom, I fought long and hard. That's what you asked me to do.
And what conclusion have you come to?
I decided I had to know the truth and then come back home.
I knew it. There was no reason being angry with me. I just wanted you to tell me the truth, not tattle on anyone. Is there any parent in the world that would want their child to lie to them?
Yes, there is. I would if I were a mother.
How come?
Simple. In the name of the biggest truth. That's why I decided to tell you everything as unpleasant it is. For you and for me.
I'm listening.
We just left this man. Alone, no others.
Why did you do
To destroy a reputation I destroy yours. You've never heard a word from me, but my classmates always suspected me. Only after I've read the letter. Only after they accepted me with no reserves. Even Sophie and Sophia knew to lie. But we were accomplices, so we share the blame. If I ever have kids, I would like them to lie, like Sophie and Sophia.
And so what do you suggest in conclusion?
Are you seriously asking me this? Read swallowing me and I've come straight back home. I hope this will not affect his contract. Is it her fault that I happen to be in her form?
Well, is it my fault then? Why is this all happening to me? Do you know what it's like for a mother for her only child to run away? Her only one?
Yes, but her honest school excels in everything, and her principles are invariably high.
I was doing all of this for your best interest. What would they have thought of you if I didn't expel you?
Yes, but even thinking of me, you kept thinking of yourself. You were selfish. You parents make enormous sacrifices for your kids to excel and enjoy this. But to us, these sacrifices are unneeded, even harmful. You've never even noticed that, not only at school, but also at home. It's been a long time since I haven't had a mother. I've had a headmistress.
Okay, quiet guys, I need to tell you something. Well, I actually don't quite know where to start. When I first started here, well, you guys remember, there was a bridge between us. But gradually that bridge disappeared and we became one big family. A family where everything is shared and lies are unnecessary.
Lies are sometimes needed, as long as they're right.
That's true. Mom told me how during the war, Mom used to always lie that she wasn't hungry, so there was bread for my mom and my uncle. And afterwards, they barely managed to sort out her stomach also.
Yes, but she was happy her children are healthy and fed.
Yeah, healthy, well-fed woman could give birth to a daughter like Pippa.
My mum and I are always rushing to do the washing up and then lying to its bloody pleasure.
What am I doing the washing up? Roll up my sleeves and...
Enough now. Mrs. Jones is trying to tell us something. Sorry, Miss Strong.
I also don't think lies are always necessarily a bad thing. And I'm even prepared to use one to save Sophia and Joy from being expelled.
That's great, but how?
Well, tell Mrs. Jones that I'm the author of that letter.
But it wasn't you.
What, so we don't get expelled, but you get fired?
You were supposed to come back to London.
Well, you see, the situation has changed. I have to go back to Hull. So, instead of quitting, I'll let Mrs. Jones fire me, i.e. not give me that permanent contract.
Why would you ever go back to Hull?
Read this and you might understand.
And so, you love this man?
If I'm prepared to go back,
Oh,
This isn't a letter from a London, but a war ultimatum.
that's the way he is. Maybe that's why his transfer to the headquarters fell through. He was supposed to be promoted as head engineer, but...
Miss Strong, please do not take offence, but I'm not quite sure I trust his motives.
me neither. He doesn't deserve it.
The sacrifice is justified, isn't it? I'm certain. I have to go now. Our favourite headmistresses awaiting my life.
Good luck.
Why?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Girls, I need a voice to tell you something.
What?
That Kate is not lying to my mom, but to us.
Bollocks.
Do you want to bet?
Yeah, alright. A sportsman bet.
Miss Strong. Somebody called from you, from Hull.
Did they say who it was?
A friend of yours, she said she'll call back.
Thank you.
Hey, I need to ask you a favour.
I need to ask you for a favour too.
Well, you go first. Mine is a little delicate.
Mine as well.
Okay.
I caused you so much grief because I wasn't thinking. I never for a moment suspected that a joke could have such dire consequences.
What joke?
The letter from Paris. I wrote it. These students said it was them to protect my permanent contract. They love me so much, I just don't know why.
I know why. You taught them to lie.
I don't understand.
Your very first period with them, you found the classroom empty. You lied to me, saying that it was full. This taught them their first lesson. And then, in front of my very eyes, yet again, they tore your skirt. But your eyes just kept telling me everything's fine. This was the second lie, maybe the third or fourth, I'm not really quite sure at this point. Then yesterday, the finale, every single one of your students, one by one, came and lied.
Lied about what?
Exactly the same thing. The same joke.
I'm the author of that letter. Don't you believe me?
I do not. I envy you. I will pretend that I believe you. I insisted that my daughter told me the truth, but instead of telling me, she ran away from home. She flew away. And in her flight, I recognized your style. That's why I envy you, and that's why I shall pretend that I believe you. And I will let you go. That was going to be your request, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Thank you. And what can I do for you?
Can you guess? I am a headmistress, but I am a mother first. Talk to Joy. Tell her she can fly, but just not so far from me. Let her fly back to who taught her.
I will talk to her.
Thank you. Just one word from you and it will do. Good night.
Good night. Hello, Diane. Hi. Thanks for that. Yeah, I received the letter and a good job it did indeed. It's a long story, Diane. I can't explain it to you right now. I'll explain it to you later. The engineer? Well, what did you expect if I'm asking you to send letters as him, Diane? There is no engineer. I made him up.